Because then, why else would you need to dodge? When you were down, you didn't fire. Did it take your weapon? No, I still have my gun. Surprised she didn't use it on me, then. She reached for her waist and handed me a pistol. There should be one bullet left, I think. As she spoke, a shadow fell across her face and the spark in her eyes dimmed. I was saving it for, you know, myself, just in case the need came. I figure when she said one bullet, that's what she was saving it for. Well, you're safe now, and you're not going to need that one bullet. I hope so, but the Zayshui's only taken a few hits and probably still alive. She trailed off and a chill crept up down my spine. A gut instinct told me that she was being washed, and it wasn't scientific. But it had saved my life too many times to ignore it. Without hesitation, I yanked Boo Boo's arm, pulling us both up. A moment later, a razor-sharp gust of wind sliced through the spot that we were just in. Damn, how did it find us so quick? Even as I wondered, I knew it was already too late. Oh. The shadow, impossibly fast, twisted mid-air and lunged at us in a second. This time, even though I saw it coming, there was no time to react. In the blink, its claws tore into both of us before we could even scream. And blood sprayed everywhere. Maybe I was growing numb to dying, because when I woke up again, there was no sharp discomfort. Sitting up, I turned to check on Boo Boo, who looked exactly the same as before. I couldn't tell if that was a good or bad thing. Before I could make sense of it all, Frida pushed the door open and walked in. From across the room, she raised 2 fingers in the air. Okay. 2 fingers. 2 pieces of good news, or maybe 2 bad news, or maybe just a random peace sign. I just watched her puzzled as she, came closer and then threw herself into my arms. I got 1 of good news and 1 bad news. Okay, so it's not all bad news, so at least that's good. Let's start with the good news. When you pulled Bulbo out of danger this time, her brainwave pattern changed dramatically. Before, her consciousness was almost completely unresponsive, but now she's detecting activity across multiple regions of her brain. It's like, imagine a patient in a cardiac arrest. This kind of spark is what you'll see after a defibrillator shock. I see, so I'm guessing the bad news is that this spark wasn't enough, huh? Correct. The effect was only temporary, but adjacent, even a small change proves that your efforts are indeed making an impact. You always know how to lift my spirits, huh, Professor Frida? I smiled, ruffling her hair affectionately, though doubt still weighed in my mind. If my guess is right, the reason Boo Boo can't wake up is because of her unresolved fear. We need to do more than just save her physically, we need to help her confront the shadow creature and defeat it. Or maybe we can find a way out of the cavern to convince her consciousness she's finally safe. That might work too, but I don't think it'd be easy. She handed me her terminal. Take a look at Jason. You ran through the cavern for 17 minutes, but according to these coordinates, you were mostly going in circles. She was right. The labyrinth tunnels were disorienting me completely. Even seeing my path from a bird's eye view, it was hard to tell which routes led anywhere. Since the spindle system data was gathered through Boo Boo's perspective, we don't have a full map of the cavern. Still, finding a way out seems like our best option for now. Before we figure out how to defeat the creature directly, let's focus on an escape. I nodded at Frida and settled back into the treatment pod. Just as the hatch began to close, a lingering thought struck me. I called out before Frida left the room. Hey Frida, could you ask someone in the research department to bring in a whiteboard and some markers? A whiteboard? Yeah, I'm gonna need it in a bit. What is he planning to do with the whiteboard? When I re-entered, time rewound once again, returning me to the moment Boo Boo was attacked. She remained unaware, while I knew exactly what was about to happen. I fired a few shots, grabbed her and ran, and the sequence played out like a rehearsal performance. As long as I stuck to the script, events should kind of fold out the same way. But what is the great adjacent doing in Hellforce here, and what's with the handcuffs? In the dim light, her upper body was draped awkwardly over mine. I'm afraid we have to keep moving. Geomancer Boo Boo will talk along the way. Wait, you know who I am? I helped her up and supported her as we started walking. From past experiences, staying put too long only allowed the creature to capture us. So, even without a clear destination, we had no choice but to keep moving immediately. Of course I know you. I came here to rescue you. I know you have some questions about me, like why I'm here in the handcuffs, but I can explain. I happened to be nearby on a mission when your distress signal came through, and I brought the Himmelforce in for backup, and then we split up. I guess I just got lucky and found you as soon as I entered the cave. This part of my story didn't change. That was a better explanation. There wasn't much better to say for that anyway. As for the handcuffs, they're a new prototype of power amplifier for manifestations. Wait, what? She stopped abruptly, staring at me wide-eyed. First off, why would a power amplifier look like handcuffs? And second, I'm just a regular field agent. I'm not a manifestation. That's exactly why you need it, because you weren't a manifestation before. Before? What are you saying? Well, I'm saying you kind of are one now, because I'm channeling my power into you. I don't think that's how that works, but okay. Boo Boo, you're probably realizing it by now, but this one reason I'm able to lead Himmelforce. Of course, the story about the handcuffs was completely improvised, but I had my reasons to make her believe it. With her optic nerves already implanted into Boo Boo's brain, in theory, we should be able to wield manifestation powers within her own subconscious if she tried. Taking down the monster she feared would most be nearly impossible with my strength alone, but if she could recover and fight by my side, our chances would go up a lot. As I pondered my next line, I noticed her clench her fist. This time, though, she didn't swing at me. Instead, she just aimed a punch straight at the rock wall. Oh. Well, I'm really glad she didn't throw that punch at me. That was a pretty powerful punch. The impact echoed through the cavern, sending dust and debris scaling down in a jagged crack several meters long, now married the once intact wall. Whoa, did I really do that? Yeah, remind me not to have her punch me. Still in disbelief, she stared at her hands, fingers flexing as if testing her new integrity. Finding no harm done, she thrust her fist in front of her face, wide-eyed with astonishment. Mr. Jason, look! Not even a scratch, this is insane! It seems to defy science. Well, it's more scientific than all the stuff about geomancy and the Zhe Shui. I gave her a gentle tug, urging her to go forward. Wait, you know about the Zhe Shui? Don't tell me all the rumors are true. You got clairvoyance, super hearing, and a dowser on every subordinate's deepest secrets? Is that what she thinks of me? I don't know how I feel. I almost wanted to go back to thinking the other thing about me. Why do I feel like the rumors about me are now getting more ridiculous these days? Hey, it's only natural for people to be curious about a big boss that, you've never met in person. Once we get out of here, I'll have a story or two to brag about to the other field agents. I was tempted to admit that until a few days ago. I didn't even know about the department she worked for. But seeing the bright excitement in her eyes, I just kept that part to myself. Speaking of which, you sent out a warning telling everyone to stay away, right? Yeah, by then I'd already spotted the Zhe Shui. It hadn't noticed me at first, but one look was enough for me to know that I didn't stand a chance. No one else would either. It didn't see you? Then why didn't you just run? I had to lure it away. Her tone turned expressionally serious. There's a village not far from here. I went there while gathering intel on Beijing. I didn't find anything useful, but well, those villagers are defenseless. I couldn't let that thing get anywhere near them. Besides, it's a geomancer's duty to fight demons and banish spirits, just the same. What's a shame? It's a shame that I've got terrible luck. Just as I was about to launch a sneak attack, I tripped and fell into the cavern. On the bright side, now the thing struck down here as well. I've I'd been about to commend her bravery, but her blunt delivery left me momentarily speechless. For some reason, the girl had a knack for mixing serious with absurdity, steering conversations down unexpected paths without breaking her earnest expression. Next time you face something that dangerous, please report it to headquarters first. Understood. But hey, thanks to our amazing Mr. Adjacent, I'm still in one piece. Her cherry grin somehow brought to her mind some unconsciously battering form in the hospital bed. An inexplicable sadness welled up inside her. She had no idea how close she'd come to death in reality, and because of that, I was all the more determined to save her right now. Whoa, Adjacent, look! Her exclamation jolted me out of my thoughts, and she waved a hand in front of my face, pointing ahead. What is it? I gently pushed her hand aside and followed her gaze. My eyes widened too as I took in the sight before us. Somehow, without realizing, Booba and I stumbled into a strange underground hallway. Meticulously carved stone, tiles and columns, unique murals, and a massive bronze bell suspended from the ceiling all suggested this was some sort of temple. The craftsmanship and inscriptions hinted at an ancient origin. Yet despite its initial grandeur, the temple's subterranean setting gave it an unsettling tomb-like atmosphere. Oh look, we found half a skeleton! Indeed, there was half a skeleton, but for me, a centuries-old partial skeleton wasn't exactly shocking news. Still, I had to admit, I assumed the space was just a natural cavern. I never imagined we'd find such an intricately constructed structure hidden underground. Could it be the construction crew those villagers mentioned was actually digging up the buried ruins? I heard her mumblings to herself, but before I could respond, her attention shifted to the nearby stone wall. Are these inscriptions? Yeah, it looks like some sort of ancient Xiaozhou script. The universal language now used across the continent blended elements from 8 major languages, including the Xiaozhou language, but these archaic characters were beyond both of our understanding. Such a shame I don't have a camera on me. She sighed, tracing her fingertips over the carving as if trying to commit the texture to memory. Come on, let's keep moving. We'll be more prepared next time. Wait, next time? Yeah, no thanks. It may be fascinating, but I'm not signing up for a return trip to this place. Clearly my idea of next time differed from hers. For now, let's focus on finding a way out. Good point, but I've been walking forever. I wonder where the Zaishui could. I clamped a hand over her mouth before she could finish her sentence. In her mental space, I suspect her thoughts might influence the monster's appearance just like before. What was that for? It's not like I'm jinxing anything. Well, maybe not, but your predictions have been eerily accurate, so let's not take any chances. Mr. Jason, hate to bring it to you, but ignoring fate doesn't change it. You know, a century ago, a famous scientist proposed an experiment. Wherever you bring up science, I have a bad feeling. Just hear me out on this. So the scientist put a cat in a poisonous gas device in a box. Are we talking about Schrodinger's cat? The device had a random chance of triggering, so until someone opens the box to check, the cat was both alive and dead. Yeah, they're talking about Schrodinger's cat. Was it I don't think it was a poisonous device that they put in there, was it? I don't remember how the actual experiment went. I think they put something in there that was like, could have killed the cat. Yeah, I know that one. What's your point? If I, the mighty G-Master Boo-Boo, predicted that the poison been triggered before someone opens the box, and voila, the cat's actually dead, would you say I killed it with my words? Well, when you put it that way. Okay, hold on. We actually get to answer this question. So, she's saying that if you put a cat in a poisonous device in a box, and then she says the cat's dead, and you open it and it's dead, did she kill her with her words, or was it the poison? Yeah, no, I would say no to that. It was definitely the device. That was just them being negative and unfortunately correct. Exactly. All I did was say something. The cat's fate was set until someone checked. Boo Boo leaned casually against a brick wall, giving me a wink. Something about her argument felt off, though, but her confidence left me momentarily speechless. Yeah, no, that's kind of true. Technically, the one who killed them was the one who decided to put a cat in a box with a poisonous device. That would probably be the person that probably, if anything, would be blamed for killing the cat. Wait, did the wall she leaned up against just sink inward? A faint, strange odor reached my nose, and a heartbeat later, both Boo Boo and I collapsed. Did she really just set off a trap that just knocked us both unconscious? God damn it. Never thought I'd have to worry about dying from anything other than being chased down by a monster. Even though I knew it was all in my head, I couldn't shake the phantom sting of poisonous... So she did speak poisonous gas into existence. Because she literally leaned against the wall, and we both died to poisonous gas. I let out a few dry coughs almost involuntarily. It's probably because Boo Boo actually triggered a trap like that in real life, so the memory of her gas in her mind. As Frida explained, she patted my back gently, and her eyes flickered towards the terminal in her hand. But look at this. Boo Boo's neural responses are even stronger than last time. We're definitely on the right track. Oh, and I got that whiteboard you asked for, too. Fantastic, Frida. You're a lifesaver. I took the marker from Frida and started writing down some notes on the whiteboard. Bullets can injure monster. The monster is fast, has night vision, and possibly tracks by scent. Avoid staying in one place too long. Boo Boo can use her manifestation powers in her consciousness, but she needs training. After a brief pause, I added one more line. Keep Boo Boo from touching anything that might trigger a trap. Yeah. That should do for now. So what's all this for? Think of it as a cheat sheet or walkthrough. Since we have the luxury of trial and error, we might as well record what we learn. Speaking of which, there's something else I need your help with. You want me to decipher the inscription from the ruins, right? I already did it. It roughly translates to this. The Valley of Sunset... Oh, excuse me. The Valley of Sunset is where the sun meets its end, a gateway to the underworld. At dusk, mortals must enter, return home, while divine envoys descend into the underground temple to guard the gates and keep the dead from crossing back to the realm of the living. So basically it's just talking about hell, or like the gateway to the underworld. Sounds like some sort of ancient oracle. I think these underground rooms once served as a sacred temple ages ago. Frida, do you remember those newly built statues we saw above ground? Oh, hi, Zora. You get gummy sharks? I didn't know you could get gummy sharks. That's kind of cool. How could I forget? Oh, Frida suddenly clapped her hands and a spark of realization lit up her eyes. Looks like we pieced together the faith that was once practiced here. So those might actually be like maybe tombstones then or something, who knows. And... Oh wait, do we not? Puzzle mechanics. After using the chip to activate the mechanism, blue device the mechanism will emit energy beam. Oh, so it's like a light puzzle. Okay, I see. Yeah. Okay, so it's just a light puzzle. How do we rotate it? They didn't tell me how to rotate it though. Unless I go over here. Shoot the block. Oh, I shoot the... Okay. I was shooting at the crystal. I thought that would work. Oh god, there's gonna be a lot of puzzles. Actually, I feel like Hachel would have a better... Yeah, Hachel will probably have a better time rotating these than Boo-Boo. There you go. That's that one. And then we just need this one to hit that. There you go. Oh! Okay. That's a big boy. That's a big boy. Damn, yeah, Boo-Boo took that down quick.
100戦100中まさに私じゃない。
Alright, so next one is the Unraveled. Uh-oh. Oh. Good thing I didn't walk that far ahead. So Boo-Boo seems to have a knack for causing some unfortunate situations, doesn't she?
見てなさい。本番はここからよ。心は穏やかに、動きは正確に。 き道のり、そして健康無極、我が陣痛を示せ。急いでるようだったし、仕方ないか。
Why is that one not taking damage? Hey yo? Good? Why is that one not taking damage? Do I gotta step on this first? Oh, I gotta step on the thing first. Okay.
動きは正確に。
Did not know that.
急いでるようだったし、仕方ないか。
I was like, I think my thing's bugged. That one guy's not taking damage.
ブブより分析。現場に汚れ確認。
Thought that guy was gonna be friendly.
強
He's
運が
not.
味方なら当然か。
Carefully explore the undergrowth. Alright, so it looks like we have the red path or the blue path. Well, I mean, I'm Cobalt, so obviously we should go with the blue path. Come on, blue, don't steer me wrong. Hey, I think I was right. This is the blue path.
現場に汚れ確認。
Ooh, what's in here? Oh, it's just to take time. Nice. I think we did pretty good there. Okay, so now we're at the next story part, twists and turns. Back in my younger days, reading fantasy stories, I've always wondered. Right now, my answers are suspiciously mundane. It's going way too fast for me to read. Clear these mechanics to stay out of the way of the ruins. Yeah, I wasn't able to read that quick enough. Hey, what's that up ahead? To our surprise, another man-made structure waited for us. Unlike the ancient temple behind, this was clearly a mine from a more recent era. Though recent might be a bit of a stretch, the iron tracks and a minecart were rusted, yet the tunnel hanging lights still glowed faintly. So there really is a mine down here. Boo and I blurted out the same thought at once, then exchanged puzzling glances. I remember hearing about a mining operation around here, but it was abandoned years ago. However, some villagers told me that recently someone started sending construction crews down here to work on it again. Seems like that all adds up. Sure does. But seriously, look at all these forks in the path, though. She was right. The mines ahead look far from complex in the natural cavern. Since it was abandoned long ago, many tunnels seem to go nowhere. Guess we'll have to trust our instinct this time. So do we take the left tunnel, the right tunnel, or the middle tunnel? I'm gonna vote the right. This tunnel was broader and slightly better lit. Before long, we stumbled upon a mess of old tools and scattered debris seemingly left behind by miners decades ago. Reaching a small clearing, I knelt down and brushed the dust off the protrusion in the ground.